A lot of people watched it, but nobody's watching day to day, all day, unless you're me and just love this stuff. Procedures are okay, but we want to know, where do you stand? And so I think the more that politicians stop trying to be politicians and be people, then that will engage voters. We reject alternative facts, so come on in here and let me educate you on the facts.
Hey people, how's everyone doing? How is everyone doing? Welcome to the Q with Q. This is our daily political briefing. My name is QuentinRJiles, but if we are friends, then you know you have to call me Q. And it is so good to be here with y'all down here on the YouTube. Everybody say it with me. Down here on the YouTube. It's so good to be with y'all down here on the YouTube. I'm super excited about tonight. We have some great news stories that that you all need to know, and I'm here to give you. So I'm super excited. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you so much for supporting. I see Shanice Holmes talk about down here on the YouTube. Carrie Roberts. Hey, Sharon Davenport, how you doing? Tammy Thurston. Okay, so somebody asked, what am I drinking? This is water. And remember last week I showed y'all my my like B12 powder and electrolytes powder. So it's just water with the B12 and like electrolytes powder, because you know I be down there at the gym. Down here on the YouTube, I'll be down there at the gym. And when you get to sweating, now that you sweat the electrolytes out of your body. So it's like that, but I don't drink like Gatorade because it has a lot of sugar in it. So this basically has, you can think of this as like all the healthy hydrating things in Gatorade, but no sugar. So yeah, it's just water. But yes, so glad that y'all are here. So glad y'all are here. Shannon Collins. Shout out to you, Shannon Collins. Me and Shannon had a one-on-one Zoom call today. That was super dope. And I got to take time to give a shout out to her 7-year-old daughter, Aubrey with a B. Hey, Aubrey. Hey, niece. Because Aubrey keeps her mom, Shannon, on point with making sure Shannon hits the like button. So we discussed all of that and more down there on the Patreon. Now, if you'd like to be on the Patreon, baby, I'm going to post this link really quickly. You can join the Patreon and schedule your one-on-one as well. We have a good time. I didn't talk to Tammy Thurston on a one-on-one. I didn't talk to our unofficial little brother, Jacob. I seen Jacob in the comments earlier on our one-on-one, and I got some one-on-ones tomorrow as well. So if you want to do that, go ahead and do that. Karina Metz starting us off. Let's do some housekeeping. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Now, if you are streaming down here on the YouTube, you know I'm still streaming on Facebook, Periscope, and this will be on playback for the podcast. But if you're down here on the YouTube and you would like to get your comment or sticker featured, well, your comment really featured, your sticker just to sew in, this is a way to do it. So we do super comments and super chats. They're fun. We love them. We just spend some time discussing your comment, and then this is also a way to pour into me as well. So there is a win-win benefit. Karina Metz, thank you so much for starting us off. Also, you know how we do it. We gotta lay the groundwork for the environment. Dissent, not disrespect. We've been doing really great on that. Dissent, not disrespect. We've had some issues, maybe a week and a half ago. I guess they all decided to leave, but maybe I blocked them all. I don't know. We don't do no trolls, baby. We don't do no trolls. Okay. So definitely we encourage you to share your opinion. We really had a lot of discourse around that Pete Buttigieg appointment, baby. The people had things and thoughts to say. I still got people in my DM right now talking to me about Pete Buttigieg. I'm not going to be talking about Pete Buttigieg for the rest of my life. I said what I said and on period. And y'all said what y'all said and on period. He going to get nominated. So we just said what we said and on period. And let's move forward. I see we have a super comment here from Haley. Thank you so much, sis. Hello. First time catching you live. IDK what I'll listen to at work tomorrow, but it's worth it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Haley. Just girl, rewatch the live. I don't know. Rewatch the live. Or let me see. Yes, you are on the YouTube. There's some videos on my page you can kind of check out. There's a video on reparations I think will be super dope for people to look at. Also about the Electoral College, if you just wanted more information about the Electoral College, even though they already met. And you can check out the section of Beneath the Surface, which is some other stream of content. So you can watch all those things, sis, all those things. Okay, Jasmine Bryan with the super comment. Let's see here. Auntie Maxine revving up talks on the Hill to dismiss 50K of student loans. Talk about it, Q. Well, listen. Well, listen. Okay, CM20SW, I see your super chat. I'm going to come to you in a second, too. Listen, Auntie Maxine talking about it, Chuck Schumer talking about it, Elizabeth Warren talking about it. Everybody's talking about it because we have all come to the understanding, wait. So you could just stop student loan payments with a stroke of a pen? Yes, it's a pandemic, but y'all didn't do no congressional legislation. That's not a bill that Trump and Betsy DeVos did with all of their flaws. Let's still, call a thing a thing. Thank you for at least doing that. I appreciate it. I do. If nobody else will say it, I appreciate it. But y'all did that with a stroke of a pen. One is led to believe then you can dismiss those things with a stroke of a pen as well, since the Department of Education owns those loans. So go ahead and dismiss that 50K today. And you know what's interesting about that as well? So over on my Facebook, there was a conversation I had. I'm gonna make a long story short. It's interesting because I put a post up that says something to the effect of advocating against student loan cancellation because you've already paid yours is like, let me just read the post. I think I said is like dismissing or not wanting someone who's hungry to eat because you already ate. Something like that. I want to read it though, because it got, opposing student loan forgiveness because you paid off yours is like not feeding the hungry because you already ate. And it's just interesting how people particularly people who come from impoverished neighborhoods and backgrounds can advocate against that. Like I had somebody legit, on my page who comes from a place of poverty, but has since gone on to be successful and is almost seemed enraged at the idea that somebody would get assistance. And there seems to be a lot of, I don't know. It's just always interesting where people choose to advocate against, but have no smoke, for corporations getting bailed out or corporations taking PPP when they did not need it. Like no smoke for any of those things. But when you say, hey, let's help working people, it's all like people get offended by that. Like I don't understand that. Those are things I don't understand, but I wish we do get to a space where we stop worshiping business and business structures. And I'm a business owner myself. But we stop worshiping business and start celebrating and propelling the people that make the business thrive. Like, okay. So thank you so much. CM20SW. Hey, Q. First off, thank you so much for the super comment. Hey, Q, I did sign up for Patreon last night. So glad I found you. Here in Georgia, over 1 million have already voted. Okay, CM, I didn't see you on my notifications on the Patreon. Because normally I send I get notified when people join and I send them a welcome. Oh, no. Yes, I did. I sent you your welcome. Okay. It was late, child. It was late when I did it. That's why. Okay. Almost clocked out to sleep. Thank you so much. Yes. Shout out to the people in Georgia. Those are things we like to see. Y'all keep on voting. Keep on going because there is real... I don't know the right word for it. So let me just tell you the story. I saw a segment from a Republican couple that it was on the news. They said, the election doesn't matter. Our vote doesn't matter anymore because it got stolen, but we're still here to vote. So it's like, I don't know the gymnastics that people are doing in their minds. So I dare not say all 1 million of those people are people that are voting for Warnock and Ossoff. What I will say is broadly, we love to see active participation in democracy. So we're going to clap for that, regardless of who they vote for, based on the simple fact that they got out and exercised their civic duty or their civic rights. But also that 1 million, let's keep going. And don't let it be like, oh, well, everybody voted. No, ma'am, Pam. No, ma'am, Pam. So CM20SW, you down there in Georgia, tell the people, keep on voting. Okay. And period. Hold on. I didn't skip somebody. This thing jumped down so quick. Thank you so much, C-Web. You have ATL 511 in yours. Now, did you vote as well? I see ATL in there. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you so much, Sharon Davenport. And I'm gonna say shout out to my girl Aubrey one more time, just in case she's watching over there with Shannon. Shout out to my girl Aubrey. I know her bedtime coming up pretty soon because we talk about that on the one-on-one Zoom. Now, Aubrey, you got to go to bed after a while now. You got to go to bed. You can't be up all day, all night, okay? Because mama got things to do. Here, all right. So also, T Sipper. Okay, well, y'all didn't even let me talk about the Golden Gummies, baby. Get your Golden Gummies. Link right here. I think they're doing 20%. I didn't even really check it today. I'm not going to lie to you. So just tap the link and see. And if you want to buy, go ahead and buy. Okay, T Sipper says it's extremely outdated to have the mentality of, quote, I had to suffer with student loans and so should you, quote, end quote, it's flawed and selfish. You know, the thing about that as well, even with that dynamic that happened on my Facebook was that this person was advocating people should just go to community college and not take out the loan, and they should know what they got themselves into. Mind you, me and this person went to university together. They withdrew. Somebody just joined the Patreon. Whoa, hold on. They withdrew and decided to go to a community college and went that route. And now, and they do make, as well for themselves, but it's like, it's almost this value system of, well, I did it, so you should be able to do it like I did it. Not actually recognizing that people don't take the same paths. And then also people come into different circumstances as they go. And so even if somebody chose not to take that path, a lot of people who graduated, one right here with a social work degree, right? Social workers are only going to be capped out. And so like, you don't go into social work to make $50 million. That's just not a thing unless you're going to start your own private firm and all this other stuff, blah, blah, blah. But even our education in the social work practice does not teach you how to do that. So me coming out of undergrad with $50,000 in student loan debt because I had to get full refunds is not equitable to someone who's coming out as an engineer or someone who's deciding to go on to be a doctor, right? The potential of earning is higher. And so you have people with real student loans who come out and them people want you to have 5 years of experience already and want to pay you $13 an hour. And you got a whole degree. So it's like not even looking beyond yourself. That's what it is for me. It's an issue for me because people may come from an impoverished background. People may come from a place of need and then get out of need and then act like, well, I got out on my own, so y'all need to do it yourself. You were blessed. Like you happen to be in a blessed situation, but can we still acknowledge that the people still need to eat, that the people still are hurting, that the people still need assistance? And even if you don't, can you give me that same smoke for corporations? If you don't give me the same smoke for corporations, I'm looking at you sideways. And at this point, I have no more conversation for you because it's no longer fruitful. And that's just on period. Like, I'm just not going to be able to do it. Thank you so much for that other super comment. Jasmine Bryant says, how on earth can you oppose student loan forgiveness? Yes, I paid mine off, but I'm here for everyone to be free of the chains that are student loans. Hey, come on, somebody, Jasmine Bryant. Come on, sis. Come on. Like, come on. I'm not here for that. I'm not here for any of those things. I definitely support and will co-sponsor the bill for the eradication of the student loans. All of that. I eat every day. I just ate before I came on this live. I eat every day. I still advocate for the homeless being able to eat. I still advocate for organizations to go out there and assist them in their capacity. But I still ate today. Like, it's seeing beyond oneself. That's what it is for me. Seeing beyond oneself. Shannon Collins say, right, at 9:00, and she better be in the bed at 9. I'm the nice uncle. If she end up being over here, child, she get to stay up. I wasn't gonna tell her to go to bed. Like my niece and nephew, but them people on there, child, we go out and I be like, all right, well, not since COVID, but child, okay, go ahead and get it. I got questions. Thank you so much, sis, for the super comment. Hey, Q, want to let the family know I get the Pfizer vaccine tomorrow. Okay, so framework, if you're just here for the first time, we are a family here, okay? And I Got Questions is a travel nurse. And so we did ask her, she hopped off yesterday because sis was tired. We understand that, baby, in that ICU, in that med surge and that telemetry and that cardiac unit. I understand all that. She probably over there dealing with TBIs and all kind of stuff. So she got off the live and now she's back. She's because she's a nurse, frontline worker, she's going to be one of those people that gets the vaccine early. And so she's updating us. So let's read it. Want to let the family know I get the Pfizer vaccine tomorrow. We'll keep you guys updated, but I was wondering if you knew that if you have a severe reaction to Moderna/Pfizer vaccine, you can't sue them. Now, that's not something that I knew. that is definitely not something that I knew. And that definitely, one, I'm gonna pray for you, sis. I'm praying for everybody and the vaccine and those that are still getting infected and those that have still lost loved ones. But for me, that's concerning. That's concerning. I'm talking, we've discussed this. I got questions via here in this chat. Even on one of the one-on-ones, one of my Patreon supporters, I told y'all he's a cardiologist. We spoke yesterday. We kind of walked through some things. Actually, that was our second one-on-one from the Patreon. And we've kind of walked through some things and had some real honest conversations about the vaccine. That's concerning. I didn't know that. I'm still going to stand on the side of, I think that everybody needs to make the decision best for them and their body and their family. You definitely, if you have a physician, consult with your physician about that. Walk through that with a trusted medical professional that you have. Shout out. Okay, somebody else just joined Patreon. Okay, hold on, y'all. I got to. I'm gonna hit y'all. I'm gonna give y'all a shout out in a minute. But definitely, what you want to. I think the best course of action outside of listening to me, because I am not a physician. I only have my personal opinions of what I'm gonna do with my body. That's just what I'm gonna do with mine, and I dare not press upon you what to inject in yours. So I think it's incumbent upon you to find trusted medical professionals and listen to them or talk through those things with them and make the best decision for you and your family on how you all are going to stay safe. I got questions. One, sis, thank you so much for the super comment. Definitely praying for you. Definitely let us know how that goes because we want to know how that's going to go. Hopefully you don't have any allergies already that, would interact and compound. I know they were saying, if you have allergies, don't take the Pfizer. And just speaking on it, it's actually my second story about Moderna. So I'll just kind of go ahead and tiptoe into it because I think there might be another super comment after this a little bit below. The FDA advisory board has actually approved or recommended the Moderna vaccine. So we did this with Pfizer the other week where the independent advisory board, so these are healthcare professionals, doctors that are looking at the data. They don't have any financial interest vested in the companies. So there is no entanglements. They're not beholden to any political party or ideology. They're just straight up scientists that care about the science and examining and evaluating. So the panel came to examine the Moderna vaccine. They have recommended that the Moderna vaccine go forward, which then means the FDA probably is going to either approve it today or tomorrow. If anything, if the past is a dictator of what's going to happen, they're probably going to pass it by this time tomorrow night. Because that's how it kind of went the other week. So waiting on the FDA now, and then, it'll also go towards the CDC, same type of format that Pfizer went through. So that's actually the second story. So I'll just go ahead and walk that off because we didn't already talk about it. Thank you so much. I got questions for the super comment. Appreciate you, sis. Let me scroll down. Let me just make sure. Oh, okay, Auntie Yada said, "Whoop whoop, social worker here." Okay. Oh yeah, boo. Let it be known. I have an undergrad in social work and I have a master's degree in social work. Definitely knew I was not going to be a millionaire being a social worker, but definitely got about $85,000 to $90,000 worth of student loans that I'm going to continue to advocate that those things be eradicated. And that's just on period. I mean, that's just on period. It's just on period. So moving right along, story I want to talk about, which you may not really know about because it's not a big thing, but I think for me it's encouraging. Biden and some of his officials met with the Poor People's Campaign. If anybody is not familiar with the Poor People's Campaign, I highly encourage you to Google them and to just look them up and look at some of the work that they are trying to do. It is a ministry led up by a pastor, Christian pastor, who is really using influence to try to build people up, whether they're Black, white, Hispanic, whatever the case may be, and really looking at the ills of this country and the poverty that is in this country that should not exist when you have such extreme wealth at the top. And so this is not an organization, at least from what I've seen, that is asking for the wealthy to like abandon their money and give it to them, but that actual legislative policy. And I say that because some people, I've been on segments or panels where the opposing side has made the argument that, us marching for equality and equity is somehow wanting rich people to get rid of all their stuff. No, we just saying give us a clear lane so we can get there too. Don't make it harder for us to get there too. Okay, now I don't know how I'm gonna get there or how y'all supposed to get there, but just don't put the obstacles in my way like you didn't put it in theirs. And so that's my synopsis of what the Poor People's Campaign is trying to do. Biden and the team met with him. Hey, Aaron E, shout out to you, sis. Kiki, hey, sis. Met with them. And so I was really encouraged to hear that and to see that, that not only is Biden meeting with, civil rights advocacy groups, but also with the Poor People's Campaign to really help them. One might call them a progressive. I'm gonna have to spend some time to unpack that one day. A progressive type of organization. I don't know. I'm gonna say it right now. When we throw these labels around like progressive, because I've even said myself, by everybody else's standards, I'm a progressive. But if you were to ask me how I view my politics, and we've walked through this before, like I view everything through the lens of Christ. Like what Jesus wants, I want. And I don't say that in a cutesy type of way. Like I believe him. And so I'm looking at people, although I may not agree with everything, I'm looking at people with a basic human dignity and respect because I'm looking at them as image bearers of God because that's who created them. And so I am always going to fight for the equality and equity of people. So one might label me as a progressive. But the reason I'm saying all of this, especially in the progressive field, is because when you hear that, sometimes you hear like, oh yeah, they're a progressive. And it's like, well, what do you mean? Because most progressives are trying to get equity and equality for people. So it's like, just because you say a thing in a negative term doesn't make the thing negative. And that's why I'm gonna do that video on Marxism. And not trying to convince you that Marxism is good or wrong, but we keep hearing the term Marxism being thrown around in a negative tone, insinuating that somehow a Marxist is bad. And even when you hear the words, it's like, Marxist, what is that? Like targeted? Like what? You don't know what it means, but even the verbs in it, the noun, not the verbs in the noun, child. The letters in the word, kind of give you this connotation. So anyway, I said all that to say I'm very encouraged that Biden is meeting with this progressive group. Some Kiki said that's how they do socialism too. It's like, yeah, but we actually like legitimately have socialism in this country every day. Those roads we all drive on, that's technically a socialist policy because we all benefit from it and nobody is like really gaining from it, like in the grand sense of things. So there's socialism everywhere. This PPP is socialism. That's corporate socialism. Like, come on now, come on. I got questions. If the states do what Argentina did and tax the wealthy to pay for virus measures, so many issues would be solved. I mean, if we tax them appropriately anyway, right? If we tax the rich appropriately anyway, I'm not saying Jeff Bezos, give us all your money because you're filthy, stinking rich. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is you're filthy, stinking rich and you pay $0 in taxes? That's insane. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't know why that's a controversial thing. You make trillions of dollars and you pay $0 based on, and keep in mind, I don't even want to say he's exploiting. He is using the tax law to his benefit. So hear me out. Let's parse this out for a quick second. Oh, I was supposed to give people shout outs. Oh, somebody else joined the Patreon. Okay, I got 3 people I got to give a shout out to. Let me not forget. Patreon. Okay, Patreon. Let's parse this out, right? Because I don't want to attack Jeff Bezos. There's a tax law that lawmakers, Congress people, senators have created, a president has signed, even before Trump, right? Even more so with Trump, but even before Trump. And this person, being an individual who created a business, is using the tax law to his benefit. On one hand, I can't fault him because it's not as though he's doing something illegal because they made the tax law. They are responsible for crafting the law. So I can't be upset at Jeff Bezos directly for using what they created to his advantage. What I can be upset at is Congress, who makes the law, continues to allow people like Jeff Bezos to use it to their advantage when it is disproportionate to everybody else. That's my problem. But Kiki, you say integrity though. What are we saying about integrity, right? Because we're talking about him in a business, and trust me, far be it for me to take up for trillionaires. I think they need to pay their fair share. I think they need to be taxed. But even in us, even if you took business out, if there are certain things that, okay, well, here's a law or here's a thing, right? Let me get to the other side of it. If there is a way for me to do that is beneficial, it's legal, okay, cool. And we can still have a discussion about legality because there have been some laws on the books that have not been just. But a part of me, like, honestly, I don't really feel upset at Jeff Bezos. I'm upset at the people that see the thing continue to happen, know that he is profiting off of how you wrote the law. You are the ones responsible for writing the law, and you have not changed the law so that he is taxed at an equitable rate with everybody else. Like, I'm just about putting the pressure where the pressure needs to be applied. Okay, we got some comments. Let's see. The tax laws are hurting the country. Absolutely. Hold on. What LaDon say? That's why they want to keep Trump in office. You know. So, I say that to say, and I'm not taking up for Jeff Bezos. I'm not saying that. Of course, we could still have a further conversation about, like, well, you see, you're still advancing of all of this, and you see all this poverty in the world. Don't you think you should, give it up? But then again, would I be okay? I try to be fair with that thing. Would I be okay with somebody, even with whatever I have, saying, well, there's someone that has less than you. Don't you think you should do this? When you don't know what I'm doing in the background. And so where I can put the pressure on is the people who created a system or who created a space for him to thrive in such a manner and for us to not thrive in the same manner. That's why I can put my pressure. Shannon Collins, what time is it? 8:59? Aubrey better be in that bed. I know that. No, I'm playing. The rich makes the laws to benefit them in their interests. Right. We need to tackle the tax law. Absolutely. Bernie, baby, that's why they don't want Bernard up in there. That's why they don't want Bernard or specifically Bernard, because Bernard gonna tear the whole thing down. Like, let's be clear. Bernie Sanders was gonna come in there and tear everything down. But that's why they don't want Bernard or Elizabeth Warren in there, because Elizabeth was gonna do it too. Elizabeth was gonna, yeah. Baby, she was gonna chop that thing up so fine. And y'all know I wanted me some Elizabeth Warren to be president. Y'all know I wanted my Elizabeth girl to be president. That's okay. We'll swing back around to 2024. Maybe she'll run again in 2024. But yeah, absolutely. We definitely need to tackle the tax law. And that is something that Biden is going to have to do. What's interesting about that, which actually segues perfectly into the next story, is Biden not only, and we'll spend a little time talking about Deb Haaland as Interior Secretary, Michael S. Reagan as EPA, but I want to talk about Deb Haaland in the space that she is a congresswoman that he's pulling from the Congress to be in his cabinet. This means out of all the people that he's pulled to be in his cabinet, from Congress, he's pulled 3 of them so far. That means the Democrats only have a 3-vote majority in the House. Mind you, we still need to see where the Senate is going to fall. That means the majority is slim, which means they are going to have true consensus. They can only lose 3 votes when they go forth. Now, keep in mind, every Democrat ain't the same type of Democrat, because you do have Democrats from the Midwest. You got Democrats from the North. You got Democrats from the South, who all may come together in this Democratic Party, but based on their constituencies are going to be advocating for different things. 3 votes that's not a lot. and I'm saying 3 votes on the basis that Republicans may just vote against everything, right? Vote against everything, which means the Democrats are going to always have to be on it. There is really no room for defections. And then specifically when you go over there down to the Senate, because really, we're talking about 50-50, but let me explain this a little bit more. It's really not 50-50. And Aaron E., I see your super comment. It's really not 50-50. Let's say we pick up the seats in Georgia. I'm gonna try to talk slow so everybody can follow along with me. Let's say Ossoff and Warnock pick up the 2 seats in Georgia. We're saying 50-50, and then Kamala Harris, being the president of the Senate, would come in and break ties if need be. Technically, that's not a real majority. There are 2 independents in the Senate, Bernie Sanders and Angus King. Those independents caucus with the Democrats. Caucus. But sometimes, maybe not Bernie Sanders so much, Angus King, yes, they caucus with the Republicans. Keep in mind also, you have a West Virginia Senator, Joe Manchin. West Virginia is a red state. So he is a Democrat in a red state. And if you've watched a lot of his moves, sometimes he will do things to that like, why are you doing that? You're supposed to be a Democrat. But he's trying to keep his seat because he is beholden to West Virginia. Those people get to vote for him, right? So even if those 2 seats are picked up, there is still no room really in the Senate or the House for defection. So I just want to give you that so everybody be educated and everybody know what's going on. Aaron E., here is a super comment. Shout out to you, sis. Thank you so much. Can we please discuss how Bezos... Hold on, wait, what? I almost spit my drink out. Can we discuss how Bezos opened a homeless shelter for his employees? Something is wrong with this. Now, that I did not know. Hold on. Now, wait 1 minute. Hold on. Bezos opens homeless shelter for employees. Baby, I had to stop the show and Google that. Amazon is building a homeless shelter on its Seattle campus. The shelter will run by Mary's Place, a nonprofit that has worked with the company for years. It is expected to be the largest family shelter in Washington state. Amazon employees will have opportunities to volunteer there. Hold on. That's Business Insider. I'm seeing headlines that he's opening the shelter for the homeless crisis in Seattle. I see one link that actually says it's for his employees, but I don't know that this is a credible link. I've never heard of the Northernly. It ain't, they barely got words. Hold on. I'm gonna get back to the show. I got to. Okay, it's turned permanent. Amazon opened a homeless shelter inside its headquarters. Okay, I'm gonna have to do a little bit more deep digging on that, Aaron, because what I'm seeing right now from the headlines, I had to look that up. He is building a homeless shelter, but I only saw one link on the, Google, the first page, give you all the main stories. I'm only seeing one link. Every other one that's credible, like Business Insider, ABC News, is saying that it's for the Seattle housing crisis. Now, keep in mind, that's just the headline. Once I open it and unpack it a little bit and read a little bit more, it may say that, but I had not seen that. Okay, let's see here. Okay, Sandra Scott, thank you so much. There should be a time limit on congressional seats. Baby, congressional seats, senator seats, and the Supreme Court. All of that. I don't understand why the president, the only one that got two terms up out of them. I'm trying to figure out, why are y'all in there in Congress for 20 years? Why are you there? That's too long. That is too freaking long. Get out. I think for Congress, since they have 2-year terms, I think 4-year terms is long enough. That's 8 years total if you win every election. I think for a senator, I think a 2-year term is cool. That's 12 years total. That's kind of a long time, but that's 12 years. Maybe let's shorten the 12. Maybe let's do 10. Maybe every term is 5 years, because 12 years kind of long. 10 years. Supreme Court, I'll give Supreme Court a 20-year term. I would do 20 years on Supreme Court. I would. Maybe 15 to 20, somewhere in there. But all this up in there all your life, all day long till you retire and you 95 years old? No, I'm not here for any of those things. I'm not feeling any of those things. LaDon Cowden, thank you so much, sis, for the super sticker. Thank you so much. Okay, let me take a moment. What Tammy say? You said yes, Tammy, Julissa Bradshaw. What Tammy say? Let me see what Tammy Thurston said. Okay, you shouldn't be able to enter an impoverished senator and end up a millionaire. Hello, somebody. Hello. There's even talk about, should senators be able to trade stocks and stuff like that? I would argue no. Like on one side, I would argue yes, they're still an American, but like you're not an ordinary citizen. You are. This is my same argument with police. You're not an ordinary citizen. You are endowed a certain set of powers that we, the general public, don't have. And so how do you justify getting classified briefings in the background and then being able to make stock trades, even if it's in a blind trust or somebody else is managing it? Like you want me to believe that you not talking to them? That's what you want me to believe? Like you and your mama not talking about what's happening? Because me and my mama talk. Like you and your best friend not talking? Like, come on, bro. Come on. Stop gaslighting me. don't gaslight me. Yeah, I agree, Tammy. I agree. LaDawn, did I get you? Hold on, let me see here. Yeah, I got you, LaDawn. I got you. I got another super comment here from Felicia Sessions. Thank you so much, sis. I think this is my first time seeing you, Felicia. So shout out to you, potentially being a first timer. If it's not, please forgive me, but I don't recognize the Abby, so I just want to give you a little recognition. Hey, sis. Hey, Biden/Harris. Can't they make sure that if they take someone from Congress that they are replaced with a Democrat? No, they can't, because elections and appointments are held at the state level. So you know what would be good for everybody, just on the consciousness or the stream of thought of this comment? I did a video on the YouTube. It's titled The Electoral College, but it actually talks about, elections being ran at the state level. Even though these are federal positions, they are still being ran at the state level. So no, they have, if they ask somebody to come serve and that person gives up their seat to go serve, they no longer have any power or any say in that. Now, there may be some elbow rubbing, if there's a certain appointment like Kamala Harris leaving her Senate seat, the Governor Gavin Newsom of California will be able to appoint that seat, but that's state law, right? So depending on what the state law is, that's how the state will determine how those seats will now be filled. So no, but they don't have any direct power in who fills them. Excuse me. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. Them really having to build together and be a strong coalition. We want to shout out Deb Holland, who will be, somebody told me today, I said Native American, someone offered up correction and said indigenous people prefer to be called indigenous people. So forgive me for that. I think I'm gonna make a video tomorrow saying I was using them interchangeably, but I totally did not mean any disrespect. You are absolutely the indigenous. So Deb Holland will be, not only is she the first indigenous person in our Congress, she will be the first indigenous interior secretary. And she serves as the chair of one of the subcommittees in Congress that basically does this kind of work already. I did a video on the TikTok and the Twitter and Instagram earlier running down her qualifications. So shout out to Deb Holland. Shout out to her. She's diverse as well. So, that's great too. We definitely want the cabinet to be competent, have the resume to back it up, and reflect America. So we're giving her, kudos, and we're wishing her well as she goes. And Michael S. Reagan for the EPA has already done some a lot of environmental protection work in North Carolina, specifically around impoverished neighborhoods where toxins and plants were just dumping stuff all willy-nilly. Definitely done a lot of work around that. And he's a Black man. And he'll be the first Black man to, I believe, head up the EPA. Let me make sure. I read it so quick. I can't remember if it said he will be the first Black man to head up the EPA. I believe he is, though. So if not, then I'll come back and correct myself later. But Black man nonetheless. We love to see it. Black man. Hey, Black man, Black man, Black man. Because we was trying to figure out, because, Black women rose up and showed up and did that thing for Joe Biden and Kamala. But Black men was the number 2. We were right behind Black women. So we was like, what about us? Because it was going to be a problem. No, it was going to be a problem. So those were all good things that we love to see. Check. We did that. Now, let me give a shout out to the people on the Patreon that just joined. Come on, thing. So we got Markeisha Miles, Leticia Davis, and Karina L. Moramet, who Karina paid her Patreon for the year, which is crazy. Like when they said I could add that, good night, Aubrey. Aubrey, where Aubrey going? Oh, Aubrey. Good night, Aubrey. Good night, Aubrey. Shannon Aubrey. Y'all talk about Shannon daughter? Hold on, let me see. Aubrey said good night, everyone. Okay, yeah, Shannon daughter. Okay, good night, Aubrey. Yeah, which is wild. When Patreon told me that I could offer, people to do the yearly subscription, I didn't really think anybody was going to do it. I thought they were going to do the monthly. So, but still, shout out to you, Karina. Shout out to you, Leticia. Shout out to you, Markeisha. Make sure, I'm going to be sending y'all a message, but make sure you go ahead and sign up for your one-on-ones. You have to scroll through the Patreon. It's probably a couple posts back. I'll post a new one too, but scroll through. It's a couple posts back. You can sign up. It'll take you directly to my Calendly. And I love it because when you sign up, like it literally updates to my calendar, and it'll send you the Zoom link. And so we be good to go, niece. We be good to go. It's always a good time on the one-on-ones. So, guys, that we are in. Okay, Shannon told me earlier on the one-on-one, I end the show so abruptly and so quickly. So, guys, I'm about to end the show. Shout out to you, Margaret Rodriguez. Thank you so much, sister, for the super the super sticker. Guys, I'm about to end the show. Okay, the show's ending very soon. So what I do want to do is I'm gonna drop this link. Y'all check this out if you haven't. Check out the production expansion. It is a GoFundMe. If you like to contribute to that, please do. Oh, thank you so much, Shannon Collins. Get it, y'all. We had a good time. We always have a good time down here on the YouTube. I always have a good time. But I just dropped the link. I'd love for you all to check out the expansion video. I'm super excited. I'm moving in 2 weeks. So super excited. If you want to come alongside and support that, you totally can. It's great. Also, get your gummies. Get your Goalie gummies. Did somebody ever check and find out? Oh, Jay Single said you donated last night. I need to pull it up and see. Let me know when that petition is up, Jacob. What Jacob doing a petition for? Hold on before I end the show. What Jacob talking about? Let me see. What Jacob talking about? What Jacob say? I ain't see no petition. Okay, I'm gonna have to find it later because I'm scrolling too much and I don't see. Shannon say he hit that button quick. What CM say? Let me see. Yes, that ending comes on fast. Okay. Oh yeah, Jacob said what petition? Yeah, I'm like, what petition? LaDon, yes, I will be back tomorrow. Oh, thank you so much for saying that. Okay, guys, tomorrow I have a meeting with my guys group. It's not really a Bible study, but it's a group of guys, and we are followers of Christ Jesus. And so we come together. We spend about an hour and a half together. We kind of talk through some stuff. We kind of do life with each other. And so that's every other Friday. And tomorrow is the last one of the year. So I'm definitely going to hop on that. It doesn't end until, 8:45. So I'm going to come here at 9. I'm gonna come here at 9. Give me 15 minutes to kind of like, if I need to eat or just rehydrate or something like that, I'll come back. But tomorrow will be slightly later. Tomorrow will be at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. down here on the YouTube. Okay. Somebody said, what's the link for the GoFundMe? Let me give it to you one more time. Here is the link. Here's the direct link. Let me put this right here. Oh, Jordan is petitioning. Oh, Jordan, not Jacob. Jordan is petitioning for the show to go, I guess, to go an hour. Oh, yeah, because, baby, we had 46 minutes. You know, I try to get y'all out of here in 45 minutes. That's the link to the GoFundMe if you want to check that out and support. Go ahead and add that 15 minutes on so we can get an hour long show. Yes, and that's CST. So tomorrow, 9 p.m. CST. 9 p.m. CST. Okay? 9 p.m. CST. 9 p.m. CST. Down here on the YouTube. So let me say it slow so I don't just boom. Oh, somebody's birthday. Happy early birthday, Saria. Happy early birthday, Sierra. Why did I say Serena? See, baby, let me get some more electrolytes. I can't even read tonight. Whew. If you had a good time, let me know in the comments. If you had a good time and you learned something, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments if you had a good time down here on the YouTube tonight. Please let me know. Let's see. We'll be waiting on your update. Yes, definitely from I Got Questions. Definitely want to see that update. I know you're getting the shot tomorrow, but we'll definitely want to follow up with you, as the weeks go on as well. I may have to watch the video afterwards. Yeah, definitely, Charlene, please watch the video. Fabulous time. Great time. I'm reading good always down here on the YouTube. Enjoyed everything. Okay, great. Good. I'm happy about it. So again, guys, I'm about to end the show. Now, y'all know when I get on the TV and whenever I get a full-time show, I'm not going to be able to say, hey, I'm about to end the show. I'm not going to be able to say that, okay? So, but I'm going to say it today. I'm going to DM you on Twitter. LaDonna, are you talking to me? Or are you talking to somebody else? I'll just check anyway. So shout out to everybody. Thank you all today, thank you all for just participating at base. But I definitely want to take time and re-acknowledge everybody again. Thank you all for giving super comments, super chats. We just got another one from Lisa Wynn. Thank you so much. Had a great time. For all the super chats. For the people that just joined Patreon, thank you for that. Those that are continuing to support the production, expansion, and all of those things, I thank you. This has been the Q with Q, as we do our daily political briefing with me, your host, QuentinRJiles. I see I'm trying to go slow to edge you there. Your host, QuentinRJiles. But since we done spent this 49 minutes together, we are friends, and you have to call me Q. I will see you all tomorrow.
A lot of people watched it, but nobody's watching day to day, all day, unless you're me and just love this stuff. Procedures are okay, but we want to know, where do you stand? And so I think the more that politicians stop trying to be politicians and be people, then that will engage voters.
We reject alternative facts, so come on in here and let me educate you on the facts.